If you keep doing this, you're gonna break your laptop and then your laptop is done. I've been repairing things for about a couple of decades now, so I've opened a lot of devices, and I can tell you things are not made as well as they used to be. If you have a USB port like this inside your laptop, you may be in trouble. This is how simple the chargers used to be. Just a positive, negative, and the signal one would be used to identify how much wattage this charger can provide. These are how many signals the USB-C ports have now. More signals mean more complex communication methods, means more points of failure. This is a USB-C port on a motherboard. Look how many connections are there on that side. This is a bin with a bunch of spare ports we have, which are all USB-C with different kind of pinouts, which is just the pin configuration. These are the most common on laptops. See how many pins it has and what small mounting surface it has. This is one of the better cables, but a lot of these cables are very thick, heavy and dense and not this flexible. And hanging your charger off like this when charging can damage this port because it puts the pressure. Regardless of what port you have, you should always keep it like this. Don't have any sideward, upward or downward pressure. Outward pressure like this is fine as long as it has some distance that it can travel before it drips down off the table. As I showed earlier, a lot of these ports are part of the motherboard itself, which means that if it gets damaged somehow, in a lot of scenarios, people will just recommend you to replace the motherboard. We can replace the ports itself, but not everybody does micro soldering work like we do. And a lot of the times people would just recommend you to just replace the whole motherboard. If you keep making this mistake and keep putting pressure on the charging port of your laptop in different angles and weird angles, then you may end up destroying the whole laptop. This is how the charging ports used to be, right here. And if you notice, this is a separate part. The cable goes here, it connects to the motherboard there that has the processor, the most expensive part. And this part is usually at most $15-20, and you can easily replace it without needing to replace the motherboard. But now these are directly soldered onto the main board. So if you notice now while watching this that your cable is tugging on your laptop in weird angles, make sure it's not. Because if that port gets damaged, that may be the end of your laptop. Now that is a failure due to the mechanical stress on it, but there is an electrical issue as well. As I showed you earlier, that these USB-C ports have more complexity in communication, and there are particular chips that manage this communication on the motherboard. So it has more points of failure. So you have to be extra careful what chargers you buy and what brand you buy it from. Don't buy cheap chargers. I really hope this helps somebody. Let me know in the comments if you ever had any issues with your charging ports. In the next video, I will talk about what laptops you can buy that has less chances of breaking. Like and follow for more.